Not mock Tudor, real Tudor.
Real Tudor 8, not Tudor. I listened to our Santa cast the other day, and it was fun to listen to how much Beef was not on board with like the season 17
Doubled
Santa
the viewing
clips.
figures.
Oh yes, I think if Beef was here now, he would have signed off and just left. Because I think the other week I said we'd reached the worst clip in Maudecast history, and I was wrong because it's this. And here
I
is
don't
why.
think this is that bad.
Oh, I think it's really bad.
And
Real Tudor.
action.
What is this?
And we now return to Sink Into Grief, the quirkiest satire on talk radio with your host, Helen Lovejoy.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Sink Into Grief. I'm your host, Helen Lovejoy, and tonight we have a truly unique episode for you. We're diving into the absurd world of the Grief Olympics, where we compete to see who can grieve the most creatively. But first, I have a special guest with me tonight, my husband, John Ham. Welcome, John.
Thanks, Helen. It's great to be here for this grief-tastic event.
Indeed, John Ham. Now let's get into the heart of tonight's episode, John Ham. We have been mourning the loss of our sanity as we dive headfirst into the Grief Olympics. We're seeing who can come up with the most outrageous and fictional stories of loss, John. What's your entry for the competition? Is it your missing son?
No, Helen, it's the grief of my loss of my favourite pair of socks. No, my wife and son pale into insignificance, my first wife. They were just so comfortable and I miss them dearly, the socks, I mean.
Oh, the tragedy, John. Won't somebody please think of the socks? But wait, there's more. My entry for the Grief Olympics is the loss of my secret stash of chocolate. Related. It mysteriously disappeared from my hidden cupboard, and I'm utterly devastated. Utterly.
An unspeakable tragedy, Ellen, but the competition is farce. We've received some submissions from our listeners. Let's see what we've got.
We have an R-Tonks of S10E8. A mischievous squirrel sneaks into a bakery and has a cupcake decorating party with colourful sprinkles and frosting. What? That's not about grief, Mr. Tonks.
What about Mbatu, the yoga teacher? Fluffy Bunny discovers a magical garden with talking flowers who sing cheerful songs all day. I think maybe these people have mistaken the brief.
I think Homer gets stupider every year. That's not a question, Professor. Another Tinox. A friendly little ghost hosts a tea party with a cute and tiny forest creatures, complete with mini teacups and pastel cupcakes. I fear, John, that our listeners may have misinterpreted our
I'll be the judge of that. Janice, all toes. A clumsy kitten tries to learn ballet and stumbles into a room full of dancing plush toys that come to life to help the kitten twirl graceful. It's not particularly grief-laden.
No, it is not. Now we have another one from a Maude, just a Maude. A group of tiny furries teams up with tiny gnomes to build a miniature enchanted village nestled under a sunflower, complete with tiny swing sets and mushroom houses. Outrageous.
Outrageous.
I wonder what outrage sounds like. Here it is. We've got the listeners grieving the loss of their pet rock collections, their left-handed screwdrivers, diddly, and even their dreams of becoming a professional synchronized swimmers.
Those are heartbreaking stories, Helen. I can hardly contain my laughter.
Oh, John. And that's the spirit of Sink Into Grief, Ham. Remember, folks, this is all in good fun. Laughter is the best medicine for grief, and we're here to provide it. Let's get funky. And to our listeners, we hope you've enjoyed our Grief Olympics. Keep those creative losses coming, and let's all have a good laugh together.
Thank you for turning in to Sink Into Grief, where we turn grief into comedy gold. We'll be back with more satirical shenanigans in the future. Until then, keep the laughter flowing. Sound of exploding legs. John!
Mr. Ham.
Maude! It's a Maude good cast. In Springfield's tales, a fleeting circus comes to town. Monty burns beside it with the sinister crown. Rod's bass and Todd's guitar played with grace, and the singing of Maude her memory in this place, in looking for Mr. Goodbart, the graveyard secrets, a tale yet untold, a big band tune and Zaz MF in the night, Springfield's mysteries hidden from sight. In Moho House, Marge gazes through the glass, Ned in the dining room, his memories amass. Maude plays the harp with an expert hand, while Edna's presence in Springfield's land. In Dogtown, the graveyard enigma unfolds, heads on spikes and a world of strange swirls. Christophkios, Cletus, and Maud's face. In Springfield's stories, a peculiar place. To Maude, flan past blink to big season finale. It's a season finale, yeah. She's a season finale. It's a season finale. Who would have thought it?
Who could thought have it? Who?
In the last years of the 21st century, who could have even predicted?
Yes.
But here we are. A hardy fox, a curious fox. Yes, that's me. Ratman Weight Watcher, a humanoid rat. Egg Sacramento Lee, a medieval bard.
Hello.
Alan Windfluffer, a humanoid kestrel.
Caw.
Riffy and Slimped, space cats.
Meow.
Clara Gonamoo, half cow, half man. Yeah, that's me. Mr. Thousands, a quite rich man. Oh, yes, that's me. Chad Elmer V-Bong, bongo player.
I love the bongos.
Paul Cinnamon Skinner, the Sin Eater.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Sorry, I didn't think you were talking to me.
Oh, we've got two voices.
Yes, that's how it works.
That's how our voice works.
We have two heads.
We have two heads. One head. One head is better than none. And toilet crow, humanoid crow. Squawk after. The toilets are clean. Wet panther, humanoid panther. And we are all gathered round the headless body of Statman John, cradled by Stamp. Why are you explaining all this? What have you done? What have we done to deserve this? Well, the room that came to us vanished, and Lilith scampering off to the basement with baby Derrida.
Well, that's good. At least you can take over from Clara for a bit. But I don't think it's that good of an idea, actually, in immediate hindsight. Come on, employees, let's get her back and get baby Derrida and work out what the heck happened to John Stats, even though we were there. We watched him die.
Morris? Who said that? I didn't even know there was a basement.
I think there's like 7. Come on, gang.
A great picture, although none of the people in it are here right now.
They are great pictures.
But first, before we head down to the basement to find Lilith as she escapes with baby Derrida, in a world of podcasts where stories commence, reinventing cats with a lyrical recompense, Andrew Lloyd Webber's sage and eloquent defense makes sleek business. From curly herd in a countrywide jellicle embrace to sleek pop sensation with a dazzling grace, Taylor Swift's journey an enchanting chase from humble princess to Jellicum's embrace. In the summer heat where music freely vents, electric bass synths and drum sets commence. Summer heat is no problem, they recompense, for cats and music, a jellicle harmonious recompense. So let's heed this tale with poetic sense, as feline muses dance in eloquent defense. For cats and music they sure no pretense, adaptable spirits are harmonious jellicle recompense. Yet in the shadows, where secrets may commence, beneath the melodies a cryptic recompense, whispers of darkness, a hidden suspense, in Jellyoic symphony of life, the unknown's recompense.
Nice. Taylor Swift's journey. Sponsor, Mary Lude. Why did Mary Lude make a great stand-up comedian? Because she always knew how to pull off a bone-tickling punchline.
Very good.
What do you call it when Mary Lude tells a spooky joke?
Normal.
A wails of laughter.
Oh, very good. SEPCO. In a world where acronyms reign supreme, SEPCO, the acronym of the day, it seems. Septic bites, red and swollen, a painful dream, gout's cruel grip, like an unwelcome team. Saddle up, dear friends, don't you delay. The fireproofs await in a surefire way to protect and shield in the heat of the day from the fiery blaze with its fierce display. But the mosquitoes' tiny, stealthy kin, with liquid injectors they eagerly begin to sip from your skin, a silent, unseen sin, leaving itchy traces like a devilish violin. But fear not for a coupon, a saving grace, 10% off and a smile on your face as you combat the pests in the mosquito race with SEPCO's help in this bug-filled space. So remember this acronym and hold it dear. SEPCO's promise loud and clear. In a world where bugs and bites appear, we'll fight them off without a single tear.
Beautiful. Rex Woofington. Why did Rex Wuffington the space dog start selling chili, hot sauce?
I don't know.
Because he wanted to spice up the universe one bark at a time.
Brilliant.
So almost as good as the cold open, and also the Devon maid. Why did the Devon maid bring a ladder to the dance floor?
I don't know.
He heard the party was off the roof.
Fantastic, or
Isn't it phrase?
ended to go to the toilet.
Wonderful.
Am I to discern from this that there are 2 sponsor races today?
Yeah, I forgot that it's the end of sponsor race 2. But like
Voilà.
last season, last one was like 17 minutes. This is 3 over the course of both of these videos.
Ooh la la.
Category is Sunderland Slaves. Dressed as a Jabberwocky, it's Marry You. Dressed as a Panther Miniature Pig, Panther Hamster Guinea Pig Hybrid, it's Rex Wuffington. Dressed as a Zarafian, a Zebra Giraffe Lion Hybrid, it's the Devon Maid. Dressed as a Sholf Dog, Sheep Wolf Dog Hybrid, it's Death. And 2 very special guests, Dr. Drake Scaramouch and Nurse Judy Finnegan. Good luck, Final 4.
And here is another special guest, Groggly Poncho, aka myself. Here's the semi-final recap. First up, the finalists impersonate each other using puppets, because everybody loves puppets. Death wins the Puppet Mini Challenge. And the final Maxi Challenge for Season 2 of the Modcast official sponsor races to become official employees of MFIMDB 1 in Worsley, Messrs for a full day. The job role entails advertising the MFIMDB 1 on King Street on a Friday night in comedic big mod-style costumes. Whoever sells the most tickets will be the holiest roller. The Devon Maid and Death take the top of the street near Reflex and Bamboogie. Rex and Mary Lou take the bottom near the strip club and Revs. After everything was tallied up, it was Rex Wuffington who claimed the most guests and won the title of Holy Roller. Once again, the other contestants, if not a holy roller, are wet blankets. Meaning Rex has his pick of the litter for shooing someone out before the finale. Rex chooses Death to get the chop. Farewell, Death. Meaning our finalists are Rex Wuffington, the Devon Maid and Mary Lou. Tune in some other time for the grandish finale. I am Groggly Poncho, and I think you all know that.
Quite the cliffhanger there. Ding dong. Oh, let's go. We were just about to head down to the museum basement to get after Lilith finally, after several very necessary detours. But it's a long and dark, dank, long basement. But first, let's go back and answer the door. Who is it? Ding dong. Oh, it's you again, Simone Jaguar. We just returned from the basement.
Yeah, that's right, Toe Brother 1. We're on a mission to find something, but we're not done yet.
Oh, what are you searching for? Can I help? Well, it's a bit of a mystery, actually. We're trying to find out what happened to Derrida Baby. Oh, Derrida Baby, that's a mystery worth solving. What are you waiting for? Let's head to the basement. These steps are old and creaking, seemingly endless.
We were heading to the basement and you stopped us. The basements, I really don't like Simone Jaguar, just by the way. Just don't let him hear it, though, because I don't want to hurt his feelings.
Don't worry, my feline eyes can see in the dark. We'll find a way.
I don't want to hurt his felines. Let's go deeper into this basement. There's a lot of strange and mysterious objects down here that we've not seen for years. We should have checked the basement before we reopened. Brother one.
Please continue. It's a treasure trove of Maude memorabilia. Look at all these artifacts. What are the odds?
It may lead us to Derrida Baby.
Strange how this basement seems to go on and on. Are we getting closer to the truth? Or further from our heart? Oh, we have to be. Derrida Baby is a riddle, wrapped in an enigma. We can't give up now.
I can't stand him.
Oh,
We can't give up.
I heard that. Let's press
I just meant you. We need to press on, you're right. Let's determined to uncover the mystery.
Oh, look what's there. Storage items, supplies that are not regularly needed, such as old furniture, seasonal decorations, and household supplies. Let's keep walking. For 20 seconds. For 20 seconds of footsteps. At least.
It's the laundry area. Many homes have laundry facilities in the basement, including washing machines, dryers, and laundry sinks.
That's all well above board, and Walk, 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 walk. But obviously we've now passing their mechanical system like our furnaces and water heaters and electrical panels. Are you all with us, group? Cue large group of people
Yes.
saying, yes,
Yes,
we're
yes.
still here.
Yes. And the
What's
workshops,
next?
mechanical systems. Did you say that?
Of course they did,
I thought you did. I was just double checking.
as we passed them.
Workshops are also down here. Some people use their basements as workshops for carpentry, crafting, or dye projects.
Not us, though. Oh, look what we passed
those-
next. I didn't even know we had a wine cellar. But it is an ideal location for a wine cellar to store and age wine.
It is. I believe this is probably a stamp side business that we just, turn the other way for.
Another cheap. So much
There
down
is-
here, it's unbelievable. Walk, walk, walk,
That's-
walk, walk.
Well, the wine cellar leads further down into a root cellar,
Oh,
which in older homes, basements were used as root cellars for storing food, especially in pre-refrigeration times.
pre.
Pre.
Yeah, well, as fun as that might be, it's not as fun as this recreation/entertainment space, finished and converted into a home theater, a game room, and a bar. Who would have thought we had a bar
Or a
underneath?
bar.
Or a
Again,
bar?
probably. It seems like Stamps turned this entire basement into a functioning
Mall.
semi-separate business.
City.
Yes. There's a home gym. A basement can be transformed into a home gym with exercise equipment and workout space. I don't know who's done that.
No, I mean, but as we walk on further, what? The rest of the next part of the basement's been converted into a home office and remote workspace. It looks like several people have offices set up here.
Yeah, it
One
seems
of-
like they're selling.
One of them's mine. Who, Clara? Yes, I've got a workspace down here. And so have I. Howdy, Fox. Well, thanks for reminding us who you are.
And me, Wet Panther, I sell Taylor Swift tickets. Knock off one. There's also, if you look there, there's a door behind that Taylor Swift's cutout. It's a secret room, which in fiction and movies, dark basements are often portrayed as mysterious or secretive spaces. It potentially is hiding a secret or even more concealed rooms.
No, this is fiction right now as well, isn't it?
This is faction, isn't it?
Action. Well, spookily, as we get into the next part, is a bunker, storm shelter, far underground. That one now must be a couple of miles in, and
Yeah, it's warm. Like when you go in the subway, it's warm and windy.
and it's this is like a nuclear fallout shelter by the looks of it. But let's keep pressing on.
Nice. Well, hopefully we can cram the entire town in and then evacuate to the nicest person. Now it's just opened up into what looks like unfinished space, which in some cases basements remain unfinished and are used for general storage or just left unused.
Oh well,
This is where all the cutlery and all like the sugar and packets and all that stuff are for for the museums. Many restaurants that we've barely touched upon,
very much.
including Nando's.
Nando's and a curry annex, which was closed down with the body of James Martin floating inside it.
The James Martin rest in peace curry annex.
But anyway, give me a number between 1 and 300.
19.
Is Maude living in the moment? Why? How?
No, she's living in whichever moment you're living in as you watch it, as we've established a non-linear timeline kind of situation. But also in hindsight, yes, she can only live in the moment, even if that moment is like a syndicated rerun. She is trapped in that moment because, spoilers, she doesn't exist.
She's trapped
So
in
she-
that eternal moment, yes. However, there's the character of Maude. Does she live for that moment, or is she a worry wart?
I think
Or a
we've seen
nostalgia wart?
exactly lots of warts. We've seen her before not living in the moment quite a lot, like drifting. Her mind seems to wander and she seems to start, either not interacting or leaves completely, or just kind of looks zoned out from what's going on around her.
A
So
little bit checked out.
yes, checked out.
Oot.
So I would say, for the most part, no, she does not live in the moment, but occasionally she can. If she lived in the moment, she wouldn't have died, because she would have been in the moment and thought, oh, those t-shirts are like, they seem to be coming right towards me, and I'm quite high up here. I should probably just either stop for a second or hurry up and get to the seat quicker. And she didn't. She was just thinking about, like how good Blubbins the pony used to be or something.
Are you saying that she's living in the past always in her head?
Or the present? No. What's the one when it's like forward? The past or the forward one?
Past two.
Yes. Is it future or is it past? Yeah, I would say that's more accurate.
Moomins, or are we dancing?
Exactly. So yeah, I would say no, she does not live in the moment a lot. And currently she doesn't live at all.
No. Ding dong. Oh, we're gonna have to go back. All the way right, passing the unfinished space, the bunkers, the secret rooms, the home offices, the home gym, the recreation space, the root cellar, the wine cellar, the workshops, the mechanical systems, the laundry areas, all the way back up the stairs, past the storage, to get back to the front door just to see who is there. Who is it?
Oh, you're here? Why didn't you come up in the lift? There's a lift. There's a lift in the Taylor Swift room, whatever it was called.
Brilliant.
It's a Taylor lift.
Taylor Swift.
Yes.
What's
going on now?
Quick tower, brother. There's someone at the door. We can't keep our visitors waiting.
But the Hellmouth, we were so close. Spoilers.
Hey there, funny folks. We heard you had a museum or something. We just had to check it out.
Yeah, we're like the kings of comedy, you know. We'll add some spice to your boring museum.
Oh, welcome. Oh, well, welcome, I guess. This is the Maude Flanders Intimate Museum, and we're in the middle of something important down in the basement.
We're trying to locate the Hellmouth, a mythical portal to the Netherworld. We need to get back down there ASAP. The lift's broken as well, so we're going to have to walk.
Hellmouth, you say? That sounds like an excellent setup for a joke. Count us in, we'll help you find it.
Yeah, we'll tell it a knock-knock joke and it'll open wide for us.
You're not taking this very seriously, are you, Shitmoosh?
We don't have time for jokes. We need to save the world from the Hellmouth. Things have really escalated.
No worries, guys. We're experts in everything except comedy. Let's find that Hellmouth of yours.
Let's go again then.
Okay, as long as you don't continue to make us laugh with your cringe-worthy jokes.
Why did the chicken cross the road to get to the other side?
Maybe we should
have
gone. We should have just gone roll. My eyes are rolling so far back in my head. I've given myself a neck break.
I'm getting a phone call. Ring ring. It's 124 girl. I can just hear her rolling her eyes. She's hung up.
Maybe we should just have gone to find the Hellmouth ourselves.
Agreed. These guys are more of a disaster than the Hellmouth itself.
Hey, what do you call a chicken who crossed the road? Two chicken.
What?
Chicken chow mein.
Why did the Devon maid get kicked out of the salsa class? Because every time they said salsa, she started looking for tortilla chips.
Oh my goodness! This contrast between this comedy in air quotes and this serious task at hand is creating a humorous situation. But come on, back down to the basement, everyone. Past all the functional stuff. And while we're making our way down, though, should we have a look at some content?
Sure, we might as well. We've got a long walk.
Clip 1, season 28. Do you want to give the people some context for this content?
Yes, we're wrapping up another smorgasbord of. This feels like quite an early days episode where it was like
happy days,
7 clips from different episodes, but the key difference here is none of it's heartwarming or funny.
I don't know if that's true. I think there's a little bit of heartwarming. There's nothing funny.
Slightly. I'm focusing a lot of this direct bitterness and rage towards one specific clip.
All right, let us know when we get there. Clip 28, season 28, clip 1, season 28, episode 1, Monty Burns' Fleeting Circus. Roddy on stand-up bass, cello, and Toddy, the devil, older, guitar, singing Michael Row the Boat Ashore, surely a Maude fave, in an auditorium wide-eyed and fevered. Ned is sitting conveniently flanked by 2 empty seats when a quiet Who's Maude appears. When a quiet Maude appears to an eyes closed Ned. She's in
Ghost.
classic pink and smiles, hands on lap. She's the ghost Maude. Yes, quiet ghost Maude appears. Neddy holds her hands and he opens his eyes, sweet eyes. Just then Edna appears and glares at his hand and takes his hand from Maudie. Ned looks guilty side eye at Edna and fuck Darrams. And Maude glares at Nedna, and the boys keep swinging. Can they see their two mums?
Cigarette mommy. Yeah, no, this one's okay. I like this one. It's a very cute scene in a very poor episode. In fact, it's what I would consider the worst casting of any Simpsons episode. They have the comedian, quotes, Amy Schumer, playing the mother of Mr. Burns. This doesn't work on any level, so I hate that. However, I do like this Ron and Todd moment. This is cute. This is the kind of stuff I was in. These are the clips I'm watching this season of The Simpsons for. I'm not watching it for the Amy Schumer of it all. I'm here for possibilities of things like this. And in this episode, I got one.
It is very just sweet. Like this.
Exactly, JLT. It is very sweet before Edna pops up as well. The cuteness of it. But part of me thinks this is happening within Ned's head. And I called it Ned Cannon. Like he's seeing Maude and then kind of remembering that he also married Edna. Either that or they are real ghosts. But from what I can tell, this is the only time that the fact that they're both married to Ned causes them a conflict. As we'll see shortly. Like any other time, we kind of see them, they're both sort of on board for the fact that they've both married Ned. Like it's kind of more of a, oh, we're in this together, as opposed to like, oh, we're the, which is better. Yeah, it's less tropey, isn't it, to have, like, I think Maude and Edna, deceased in heaven, would be able to be like, you know what, let's just be friends. We obviously have a lot in common in our, things we like about humans.
I don't know how those two would get along. Obviously, they never met in the real world, so we don't know.
No. Who is Edna Krabappel?
Who is she at all? Do the boys know? Do the boys see these two women?
No, I don't think so. I think either way they'd probably be quite nervous. But I also think Ned probably does something along those lines of booking seats, like the Curb episode when he wants to go to the baseball game with Funkhauser and he won't let him because he's bought the seat for like his dad, even though his dad's like dead. So he says like the empty seat. I think it's similar to that. Like he's bought a Ned. No, he is Ned. He's bought a Ned ticket and then a Maude and an Edna ticket just in case the ghosts are real and they need seats.
Well, he's covering.
Yes. Now, does he yet? As of now, this is the first time this is the first time we're seeing him see Maud's ghost.
Oh.
He did it in like that future episode, but this is and he doesn't he's not shocked. So it's obviously this is something that's already been happening for him, and we were not privy to that.
But he definitely was a bit shocked that Edna was there, and if he knew that both of them appeared, he wouldn't be like, getting it on with Maude with the knowledge that his other wife would not like this.
Yes, his third wife of 3.
Anyway,
Ginger
to be honest,
doesn't even get a say.
No, she doesn't. But if you know what they say in marriage vows, don't they say "till death do us part"?
They do. They diddly do.
Doesn't that mean that he's not technically married to either of them?
Technically, no, from his side, but from their side, do they still?
Do they know they're dead?
Well, also, we'll come back to this, but they both begin dating other people in heaven.
Robert Hope?
No, 2 very famous ex-presidents.
Bill Clinton?
No, he's still alive. We will, I don't know when that is. I don't think it's far off. Yes, it's Hillary Clinton. Is that what you just said?
Sir Helen is right.
I said Billary, which is a good name for them. Team Billary.
No, I think we would call them Hillaril.
The kids can call you Hoju.
Hillaril.
Yeah, that's it for that one, but it's very sweet.
Hillaril Clinton's Pizza Shop. Okay. Looking for Mr. Goodbart. Jar in graveyard. Begums Clinton Colne. 2016 Fanny Loose Lips. Big Man Stew. Eagle Eyes as.
I believe it says Johnny.
I believe these are the droids you are looking for.
As in the character Johnny. Johnny Tight Lips is the one who won't say anything. I'm assuming this is his cousin. His cousin who says lots of things and got a mafia death, a la Dr. Hibbert's brother. I also spotted this is the second in the 3 graveyard triad situation. What does this one? The last one said, "Beloved Scold," if you remember. What do you think this one says?
Beloved aunt.
It says, beloved wife Reno, this one says, which is slightly better.
Boo.
At least it's on brand. Other graves I spotted include Krusty's dad again.
Yeah.
And this time it says, my son hasn't visited me once. And last time it said, my son is a big disappointment. But whenever they show Krusty with his dad, he's very loving. Like Krusty's the one who's, like desperate for the approval of the rabbi, etc. So I don't like the inconsistency that, Krusty doesn't. She's a disappointment because he doesn't like the rabbi, which is incorrect. He's just a disappointment because he became a clown. Edna.
He is a disappointment, though, isn't he, to his father?
He's a disappointment to all of us. Yeah, I also spotted Big Band Stew, which, related. Edna's just says the word ha, and there's a Sherry Bobbins grave also, which says I'm not a bloody jukebox, which is strange because, again, one-off Maggie Roswell character from like 20 years ago who did not live in Springfield in the first place.
And did not die.
She did die.
I don't think so.
Sucked into the airplane, like bam.
Was she splattered? Was she spit out in a rain of blood and beard?
Yes. Well, there was no blood, but you saw the pieces come out the other side.
Bloodless.
Bloodless, I repeat.
I don't know if I'm on board with that.
I see. Canon.
Clip 3. Season 28, episode 21. So we went episode 1, episode 20, now episode 21, the next one. Moho House. Pink night slip Marge looks out of window, smiling Ned in dining room. I do want those dead wife tables. Maude classic and Edna floating. Friends, I ask. Ned hands them both harps. They play, Maude like an expert, Edna like a tra-la-la. Naughty Marge looks on, smashless and not moving.
Smashless. This is one of the sweeter ones. I forgot to say as well, Homer was playing Pokemon Go in that last one, but it was like 2 years after the release of the game. So another. Simpsons doing things super late. It's a bit of a plunge into surrealism even for the show, that he can just interact with ghosts. Like, he might as well now just be married to a ghost, which he does in the future, we find out. But it's marry my dead body. Yeah, if he can just do this all the time, then, Ned as a character is back to just being okay, I think. It's not as sad if you think, like, oh, well, both of his wives are dead, but he can literally just hang out with them. And
take my wives, please, to heaven.
Gifts. Margie's looking around. There's a couple here, actually. I was going to leave them in, but, this isn't
Why is she all naughty? Why is she all naughty lingerie, Marge?
I believe she's waiting for Homer and he's not arrived, because I think oh, no, it's a different episode. I was going to say he's playing Pokemon Go. But he's waiting. I think Homer's supposed to be there and he's not, so then she starts looking around at other couples that she can see, and there's a few. You see Disco Stew and his partner, and whoever she is, and you also see Sarah Wiggum and Clancy, and then you see Ned, Maude, and Edna all together now, and it is sweet, but it's funny that this is Marge doing that thing where she looks at, she's comparing the Flanders to herself again, but if you compare how she was doing that in season 2, it's changed a lot. It's changed very dramatically since, like, oh, look at my next door neighbours. Oh, look how happy they are. And now it's, look at my next door neighbour and ghost of his dead wife, and also the ghost of his other dead wife, who is Bart's teacher.
There's a lot more harp playing ghosts this time around.
Yeah, and it's just strange, isn't it? Like, strange, sad, whatever word you want to use, thrilling.
Is it thrilling?
It's just still the same characters.
Thrilling is the word I would take from that.
It's still Marge after all these years, looking out the window at the Flanders, but just, even though the years don't change in the show, they do in real life, and you can just see how much it's changed from what it initially was.
Somewhat like a shoddy parody of those original few seasons.
It does seem that way. It's like,
hold on. This basement's going on for a long time.
Oh, yeah. Maybe we should just list the rooms again.
Have we passed the laser tag?
Yes.
Many homes and basements have a disused laser tag. With all of the guns and the backpacks just strewn all over the floor and covered in the feces of rats.
Killed rats.
killed rats, chilled rats. Clip 3.
Exactly.
Season 28, episode 22, Dogtown. Graveyard
Clip 4.
again. Clip 3.
I will say, season 28 seems to have a lot of Maude. Like these 5 clips that we've just looked at, including
Oh,
2 from last week, I think, were all season 28. So she's in it like 5 or 6 times across one season, like 17 years after she died.
right. And we're only talking about 6 or 7 years ago at this point, right?
Yeah, this is fairly recent. Like 20, I think like 2017-ish.
Pre-COVID. Do you remember COVID?
No, who's she?
But it did happen, didn't it?
It definitely happened and it's definitely real. I watched 2 hours of David Icke talking about COVID last night.
What did he say? What did David Icke say about COVID?
He loves it.
Did he say it was real or did he say something else?
No, he pretty much said it was. He said it was a variation of real,
it was legit.
but a sort of like a loose variation that lays in fiction.
Clip 3, Dogtown. Graveyard again. Bart Simpson, student of life but not of anatomy. Edna, grimy. Eagle-eyed Maude Grave 2. Voiceover says, "Ay caramba." Indeed.
That's like Bart's catchphrase.
Ay caramba.
Yeah, that's what he says
That's
when
it.
he's finished having cows.
I don't think so. That's what the Red Hot Chili Peppers said. The Teenage Mutant Chili Peppers said.
Oh yeah, go eat a cow, friend. I haven't said any of those for a while. Eat bacon, mate.
Don't possess a bovine individual, gentlemen.
That's good. Don't eat ham, buddy.
Abstain from acquiring a heifer, sir. Refrain from obtaining a steer, buddy. Avoid possessing a bull, friend. Resist having a calf, mate. Don't own a livestock, pal. Do not hold a cattle, comrade. Keep clear of having a moo cow, dude. Forbid the ownership of a horned beast, compadre. Eschew the acquisition of a ruminant, colleague. Stay away from keeping a cud chewer, chum. Or chatbot.
Yes.
Where were you when we needed you most?
Exactly.
All hail.
The first 10 seasons of The Simpsons.
Exactly.
We've
Graveyard again.
Yeah,
Why is Bart dead in this?
It's Bart thinking about something like a fake future, but only like really quick. Like somebody says, if you do this, you'll die or something. And then he
Quick
sees,
fake future.
yeah, instead of just, like using those that 30 seconds for comedy, they thought we'll show what dead means so the audience know like what the joke is.
What does it mean to be dead? Let's show a gravestone.
Sink into grief.
For the second episode in a row.
Yeah, three graves within the space of because we looked at one last week. Can't remember what the episode was, but we looked at 3 because it was Beloved Scold. This is the third one. This one again just says Beloved Wiferino, so it's the same grave, but it's not. And also considering it's like so far into the future that Bart's dead, a well kept grave,
a well tended grave.
Yeah, it's easy for Ned as well that Maude and Edna's graves in both of these clips are really close to each other.
Oh,
so it's just
it's almost too good, isn't it?
It's a one-trip afternoon. It's not like now we've got to go to the other cemetery across town.
I wonder how Maude feels about being buried so close to Edna Krabappel.
It seems like she either minds a lot or doesn't mind at all, depending on the clip you want to look at.
Or somewhere in between.
Or doesn't know who she is.
But I'm sure we'll find out more in the diary. Clip 3,
Perhaps.
Dogtown Graveyard again. Clip 4, season 29, episode 1, The Surfsons. So this is a medieval flashback. I quite like it. A tapement of a fisherman with his leg being sawn off by New Hibbert. Dolph, etc. are shaking Prince by legs. It is a village with spikes, with Maude and Grimes, his head. Others, why? Why? Is it fresh? With medieval music.
Precisely. It's a Game of Thrones parody.
Boo.
So the music is like Game of Thronesy. But this opening is not a parody of the Game of Thrones opening. They've already done that like 4 years ago or whatever. So this time they had to they did like a tapestry thing. Don't mind it too much, that part, like the images and stuff. He's referred to as the common folk. Does that remind you of any Vatican yokes?
It's a little bit like some queer mice that I once came across many eons ago.
Yes. Give thanks to the common folk. Something Vatican yoke.
Something Ed Begley Jr.
Yes. She is, as we know, though, she is not the common folk. She has just been utilised here because she's already dead in real canon. So that death then we'll see it a few more times before the end of this basement journey, probably. But
A long walk.
there's a few there's a few times where she's utilised because she's the one that died, not because she's Maud Flanders. Like that is now part of her characterization, is that she is the one that died. So
She's
they
the
will
one that
do
died. Along with Grimy, who they utilized very, very little for the first decade after his death. And now it's like, you know what? He was good.
Yeah, the problem with that is I think they were doing that out of respect because it was sort of a respect in the sense that it was a good one episode character like Scorpio, and they just thought let's leave that as it is. And then obviously time just passed, and they were like, actually no, let's
No.
not.
Let's
Let's
hamper.
use him let's use him hundreds of times instead,
Let's
and
use
have the
him way
joke
more
still.
than when he was alive and have the joke be just as funny each time. How do we make it so the joke's just as funny each time?
Yes, exactly. And Grimy is just Azaria as well, so it's weird. It's Azaria almost doing his exact voice without the Indian accent, like his
Right, but
normal.
he is Indian though, isn't he?
Yes, it's like his normal American accent, but without the Indianization that he has in real life. So it would just be easy to use Grimy all the time.
Do any of them sound like Spinal Tap?
None of these three do, but all three of the members of Spinal Tap are in the band
Spinal Tap.
Spinal Tap. Just what, my only other note was just what we were waiting for, a Simpsons Game of Thrones episode.
Ooh.
At a time when both The Simpsons is in season 29 and Game of Thrones is in like season 7, so they're already both of those shows are past anybody remotely giving a
I've
shit.
never watched it, and the very thought of watching it just makes my bones cold.
Game of Thrones,
Yeah.
Game of Bones. I'm a big fan of some of it.
No, I don't think
Except
you
for
are.
the last, like, I'm a fan of 90% of it, and but it's something that
Feels like medieval Top Gun.
yeah, this isn't necessary for and we're just
for a
the
more
Simpsons.
Flanders-based podcast.
Well, yeah, but also just for the Simpsons, like we're just bashing now, or I am. But
Yeah.
early Simpsons didn't feel the need to do like a full, like they brought the two characters in from the X-Files and brought them into the world of the Simpsons. They didn't just do, oh, let's have all of the characters from the Simpsons just pretend they're in an episode of the X-Files, and like Homer will be Gillian Anderson and Marge will be the whatever that woman lawyer David Duchovny plays.
Darren Duchovny.
Yeah.
Do you so a lot of people think that they say the Simpsons are really good for like a few seasons near the beginning, and then after that they weren't as good. Do you think that's true?
Do they?
They
I don't
say
know.
that they call it a great age, I think, from like halfway through season 8 to like the beginning of season 9. They say it's the great age of the Simpsons, and then they say after that it really fell off, and they talk about like a Lady Gaga episode.
Yes, people really hate the guy. People hate the Gaga episode so much that they forget there's an Elon Musk episode that's at least 10 times worse.
5.
But no,
Same.
I do. I think the show was good till about. I was still on board till about 20, and then I got back on board around 31. But I've noticed 28, 29, what we've looked at, this is the peak worst of what it ever was.
The nadir.
Yes, this is our Waterloo.
My. Bit 5. Better view of head on spike. Kristofsky's Cletus, McClure, Ned, Maude, Agnes, Brimy. The heads have moved, etc. The sups wall, etc. There was, I think it was. I hope somebody gets fired for that, just in case you missed. Whenever I say etc. from now on, that's what I mean. Unless, of course, I'm actually saying etc.
We'll find out in.
Go tell it on the mountain.
Over the hills and everywhere.
Can't say that. The sups walk by heads on. It's everybody's time. The heads on spikes. But they didn't smicknop on the tar. They didn't smirk on the tar. That's the secret to long-lasting heads. Grandma Simpson is there. I switch him. Maud stirs unblinking. Ned's tongue lolls from his decapitated head. Oh, Marge, there's Ned Flanders. It's always nice when you know somebody. You know them all, Marge, I say in my head. Maud looks on. These are the sort of sideburns I was saying you should get. H.J. stirs, rubbing his head, his great back of the decapitated head shot. Jar says. Pretty sharp. Curb reference, I say. He rubs his face. See how the whiskey lays the heads of the richer on the tallest pipes. They get the best view, which is so unfair. Boo.
This was making me think. I listened to our Santa cast the other day, and it was fun to listen to how much Beef was not on board with like the season 17
Doubled
Santa
the viewing
clips.
figures.
Oh yes, I think if Beef was here now, he would have signed off and just left, because I think the other week I said we'd reached the worst clip in Maudecast history, and I was wrong because it's this. And here
I
is
don't
why.
think this is that bad.
Oh, I think it's really bad.
Is Zeria in it?
No, he's not actually.
Well, he
However,
can't possibly be.
like, why are we wrapping up? I'll get to the thing that annoyed me the least first, but still annoyed me nonetheless. Why are we wrapping up like this scene of this Game of Thrones parody scene with like, oh, what should Homer say? Oh, why don't we just have him say what Larry David says? Why don't we just take the thing from the other show and just have Homer say that?
Pretty funny.
Because yeah, everybody will laugh. It's like
Why did we have him
like,
say, I'm Family Guy, and they drop his troons and a little Cartman comes out of his ass?
exactly. It's just I don't even think lazy is a fair word to use. I think it's way beyond lazy. But I'll take lazy over wildly disrespectful, which is what this clip also is.
Really?
I'm taking a minute. I googled his name as well, so I could personally shame him. He's called Brian Kelly, the writer. Two of those decapitated heads on those pikes. One is Troy McClure and one is Lunch Lady Doris. Neither of those characters have died in the show. Only the actors have died. So
Etc.
they've taken Doris and Troy,
Living creatures.
yeah, and chosen to have them decapitated and on the spikes because their actors have been killed.
What they
Is
would
what
have
I said
wanted.
to this. And it's like, Brian Kelly, you don't get to use, more specifically Troy McClure, because I didn't notice Doris till right at the end, but you don't get to do
Make
this.
it all right.
You should be. There's like three characters, those two and Lionel Hutz, that you wouldn't use specifically, and two of them got put in. And I can only think that it got put in as like a sick joke, and like in like a Family Guy sort of trying to be edgy, and it's truly rubbed me up the wrong way, and I hate it. And I think it's wildly disrespectful for somebody who works on The Simpsons to be making a mockery of the murder of Phil Hartman and the death of Doris Grow. So I don't want to say anything else about this clip. I've had enough of it.
Sick new Simpsons clip leaves fans rolling in laughter.
Exactly. And what was it for? What was Troy and Doris in those heads? Who was that for? Who did he think? I'm blaming the writer, like it could have been anybody. Whoever did this could have, but fan service for who? Who saw that and thought, oh, that's nice. Look, that guy who was brutally.
Take a vote. Listeners, shout in now if you thought that it was delightful.
Listeners, shout in, Rob, Natalie, Beef.
Put some sound effects there of lots of people shouting yes.
Yes.
Yes, say yes to the best.
So yeah, I didn't like it, but the Maude head looks absolutely trounced. Like she looks like well, they all do, but heads on spikes, don't mind. It works within the Game of Thrones world, but there's hundreds of Simpsons characters, and it rubs me the wrong way that those two made it into this.
I don't even like this idea of heads on spikes. I think heads should stay on bodies.
It would be easier, and also I'm just trashing on it now, but nothing happens. Nothing happens that's funny. The entire minute and a half, there isn't even a single line that made me smile.
What about that bit where he goes, very, very saucy? Is that it? What he says? Yeah. But the where he starts says, "Oh, you haven't heard," and then he does that dance. He does that dance. Everybody's heard about the King of Thrones, the King, yeah, the King of Thrones.
And then Lisa just farts. Lisa just looks
at
the camera
and a little turdy Cartman comes out of her
doing the same dance.
Singing Totoro.
Lisa, the heads of the rich are on the tallest pipes with the best view. It's so unfair. Who wrote that and thought that's a keeper? People will be rolling in the aisles.
You know who wrote that? Someone who's woke.
Probably. I just let chatbot do it now.
The
If
woke
this is a
parody.
comparison
Just give me a woke parody. Woke
of Game of Thrones, but also
parody. GOT.
Game of Woke Thrones.
Quest for gender equality in the realm. Brilliant. Right. The whole book. I'm a shitting part.
This is the issue.
So I can't assist with any question.
If chatbot's pushing this stuff out and people are saying, "Oh, it's chatbot's going to take all the writing jobs." If this is what we're getting on the flip side, let it.
It should. It sounds like it already has.
Yeah.
Chatbot 101.
I think chatbot would have. I'll get it to do it. I'll get it to do it and make Groggly Poncho narrate it. But chatbot could have written this scene way better in probably 2 takes. Probably the first one will be generic, and then I'll type in "make it more Simpsons-y," and it will
brilliant. Make it like Simpsons season 28.
The Simpson family stood at the base of the towering castle wall, their eyes widening as they beheld a gruesome display. Atop the wall, the decapitated heads of Ned and Maude Flanders were mounted on spikes, their eyes perpetually wide in shock. Homer scratched his head. I never thought Ned would end up a head shorter. Marge sighed.
It's a bit much, don't you think?
Lisa chimed in.
Well, it is a parody, Mom. Expect the unexpected.
Bart smirked.
Looks like they got Ned-Ed and Flanderized.
Homer chuckled. Talk about a high and mighty castle. I'd prefer my castles with a little more donut. As they continued staring at the heads, they noticed 4 other familiar characters on spikes nearby. It was Snake Jailbird, comic book guy, Gil Gunderson, and Doctor Nick Riviera. Bart pointed.
Check it out, Dad. Snake's criminal career finally hit a dead end.
Homer nodded. Yeah, and comic book guy won't be snarking about this one. Lisa mused.
Looks like they're in a real worst day ever situation.
Marge, with a wry smile, added.
Well, at least Maude always said Ned had a good head on his shoulders. Looks like he lost it, and she's really sticking to her point. You know, because she's stuck on a pike.
Homer gave a hearty laugh. Marge, you're a killer with those jokes, and with that, the Simpson family continued on their way, navigating through the bizarre world of Springfield Thrones, where unpredictability reigned and parody was the name of the game. Matt.
Side note from King's As. I asked Chatbot to pick 4 obscure Simpsons characters to have as heads on pikes, and in the first turn 2 of its choices were Lionel Hutz and Troy McClure.
Chatbot's so good that we recast ourselves as writers with Chatbot like 3 years ago.
Clip 29. Clip 6. Ha land. Duffman is fine. Duffman is fine. Burning balloon. He is driving a blimp. Duffman thinks this town is okay. Okay, zoom out. Duff beer. And on the side of the blimp it says he's lying. We got Gums with his sax. We got Rabbi dancing and Maude, eyes closed, cutting a real rug in heaven.
Okay, sure. This is one of the weirder ones though. Again, another terrible episode. I don't know if you got it from the title, but it is a La La Land parody. But instead,
I don't even know what that is.
It's that movie about jazz.
The one that won the Oscar?
Yes, Moonlight. It's that. They do that, but because La La rhymes with ha ha, it's Nelson's the central character.
I'm not even gonna boo.
I'm too tired to even boo.
I can't even, as the kids say.
Yes, I literally can't even.
I literally cannot even.
With this. This is one of the strangest Maude
literally cannot even.
It's not tied to her. It's not tied to her being Maude Flanders, and it's not really tied to her being dead. It's just in there.
What is it in reference to? I'm sure it's in reference to a beer commercial.
Is it? It just looks to me like they like the Duff Blimp. That's a good Simpsons throwback reference to just put in there. I think that they were just going for the fact that it's a big like ensemble song, so they wanted to bang in as many characters as they could.
Excuse me.
So they exactly. So they showed Duffman in the blimp, and then they thought, well, we've got some more room on screen. Who can be around? And instead of using like flying characters like birds or the Bumblebee Man, probably
Can he
they were like,
fly?
well, he's got wings, but I don't know how practical they are. Yeah, instead of that, they've just sort of thought, let's just put 3 ghosts on it, and the only one it wouldn't work for is Grimy because it's too miserable. But these 3, you can sort of picture like, yeah, they'd have a little dance. Maude could have a little jam to this. If we're in a world where Ned, Rod, and Todd are, then why not Maude? Why not Zoidberg?
I don't know if it makes no sense. Makes no sense why Maud's in that. If she's even Maude, she's not dancing like Maude. She's dancing like some generic dancey figure.
Yeah, it's not. They haven't used her here for like every other usage of Maude post death seems to have some kind of like context behind it, and this just has nothing.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Who plays the Spinal Tap guy in this? Is it Duffman?
I think so. I think it's Bleeding Gums Duffman.
Can't breathe.
All I have to say about it is that I find it interesting that when she's an angel, she's in heavenly like get up, but when she's a ghost, she's just dressed like Maud Flanders. It's prime Bagman, exactly.
When she's a ghost, she's dressed like Maud Flanders, but when she's a real ghost, she's all spooky.
Precisely. If
It's
you
rubbish.
can't handle me at my Maud, you don't deserve me at my Flanders.
My Goodman.
It is rubbish. That line though that I've just said there, that wasn't funny, is still funnier than the Game of Thrones stuff we just looked at.
All of this can just be described with a single word with lots and lots of O's in it.
Yes. It would have been funnier to just have Marge look at the camera and just start going like,
like in Home Alone.
yeah.
It would have been funnier if Joe
pops
Pesci had just curled out a little Cartman Cthulhu. Let's see if Chatbot can do that. Chatbot doesn't like doing famous people, right?
Bingbot does not. Bingbot will only do famous people if you describe them, not if you say their name. But I don't know if the celebrity there is Pesci, Cthulhu, or Cartman.
Or the concept of curling one out.
Could also be that. That could also be the issue. It did a great job, and I mean a great job, rewriting Hey Lucy, I Need to Be about the cast characters, though.
Brilliant.
Stu, you had your dances, you had your dance. You'll see all this at some point in the future, but if you're telling me that Chatbot within like half an hour can do a parody of a play that isn't even the only performed version in the last 20 years is by us, and Chatbot can still knock up a grand parody, then I don't know why we should be. I know why Brian Kelly should get paid over it.
I think it's only a matter of time before we just stick Chatbot wires right into our eyes.
Yes.
And we curl out endless Cartman Cthulhus.
Precisely.
Season 10. Oh, ding dong. Oh, well, finally we arrived, but the doorbell's gone again. Can you believe it? Let's go all the way back up. Put like 3 minutes. Put like 3 minutes of walking in. That'll weed out the last of them.
Exactly.
Oh, ding dong. Oh, who are you? I'm Giant Head Man. I'm a man with a giant. Your head looks like normal size, to be honest. And I'm Glenn Nackis.
You got nothing to say about that.
And I'm Glenn Nackis, a wacky rapper. Ding dong. Oh no, not again. We need to find that Hellmouth.
I hope it's not more visitors. It's probably Giant Headman and Glenn Nackis.
Either. I heard you guys were on a mission to find the Hellmouth. I thought I'd lend a hand, or in my case, a head. Normal-sized head. No, it's giant head. Are you doing Jack's voice? No, we just have a similar voice.
And I'm Glenn Nackis, the wackiest rapper in town. I heard you needed some funky help. Let's get down and funky.
Giant Headman and Glenn Nackis? Well, this is unexpected.
What can you guys do to help us find the Hellmouth?
My giant head can spot anything unusual. If there's a hellmouth around, I'll find it. Your head's normal size.
You seem to think your head's massive. I've seen bigger heads of lettuce.
Do you see that Married an Axe Murderer one where he says, heed? You wouldn't shout that about your head.
No, even Bob Mortimer wouldn't say sniper's dream.
I'm squishing your head. I'm squishing your head. He would say it to you because your head's normal size.
And I can wrap my way through any problem. If there's a hellmouth, I'll rhyme it to submission.
That's not bad for Welsh. It's Welsh. Well, we could use all the help we can get. Come on down to the basement. Let's see if we can uncover this hellmouth together. Blood clot. The group heads down to the basement. Yes, let's all go down together with just the Toll Brothers, Giant Headman, and Glenn Nackis.
We're now just looking for the hellmouth as well. We were looking for Baby Derrida. The concept of a hellmouth came into play somehow halfway through the episode.
It's just a sense that she's taken into some kind of hellmouth. Can you just edit in earlier in these shows somewhere that we get some kind of flash that she's heading for the hellmouth?
Certainly.
Good.
What can you see anything, Giant Headman? Look through these regular binoculars that perfectly line up to your eyes.
No sign of it here, but I see something odd under that old rug as we just entered the basement.
Yo, we're on a mission. Ain't no intermission. Looking for the hellmouth. No opposition. Bumbleclapped. Cancelled. No, I can't hear it.
That's enough. The best of Welsh rap.
Yes.
Where were we? You did it. You found the hellmouth.
Oh, it's here under this rug.
It's not the size of your head. It's how you use it. Actually, this isn't the hellmouth. It's just a big flame painted on the floor in crude pastel. Oh, bloody hell! But at least we've caught up to the rest of the group. How are you all doing? Hardy Fox. Okay. How are you doing, Ratman Weight Watcher?
Fine.
How about you, Egg Sacramento Lee? Enjoying the trip so far through the basement?
Yes.
And how about you, Alan Wind Fluffer, Humanoid Kestrel? Why didn't you fly down here?
No, my wings are clipped.
Riffy and Slim, you kind of eat kestrels. Are you've not decided to eat Alan Wind Fluffer at all?
Shh, stop spoilers.
I'm Clara gonna moo. Yeah, we know Clara. Half man, half cow. Yeah, we know your backstory. Are you doing okay? Yes, I wish we could get to the end of this basement and find Hellmouth.
To be fair, you were
pronounced
Baby
Hellmouth.
Oh, sorry, Hellmouth. You were Baby Derrida's nanny, so this is kind of on you. On Moo.
On we.
On Moo.
It's on we. Mr. Thousands, I'm feeling richer than ever and tired in my soul. All my legs have gone. Leave me here to die. Just joking.
Oh, good.
What about you, Chad Alma V Bong?
I'm feeling just above board and not controversial.
All above board. How about Paul? You, Paul Cinnamon Sinner, you okay for the journey so far?
No. That's great.
That's great.
And that is where the recording cut off. The list of characters saying yes will not be completed. Instead, here's the finale of Sponsor Race.
Category is Grandish Finale Couture. Now let's welcome back the Queens of Sponsor Race Season 2.
The queen of all nerds.
Quickie the Nestle Bunny.
You hate to take that first little sip, because you know it'll be gone in a zip.
She's punky yet spunky. It's
King Louis the 14th of France.
Bonjour, le monde. Je m'appelle Louis XIV.
Still spreading that cuckoo.
Muriel Goldman.
Oh, we were terribly sick. We were both 14, and it was winter, and we had terrible head colds.
The beauty has arrived. Give it up for
La Befana.
She's bitch perfect. Get ready to trip with
Whale Salon.
I think this is an incredibly complex transition that requires system thinking end to end.
She's hell on wheels.
Vince Vaughn.
Dorothy Mantooth is a state. You understand me? Dorothy Mantooth is a city.
Looking good, feeling gorgeous.
King Zazaliri.
Cancelled. Can I have your screen, please?
She's not that innocent. She's
Death.
I always know your time has come. Lucky for you, it's not your time.
And now, our top 3 queens. Is the train still running? It's
The Devon Maid.
I did quite well, but I am beginning to feel a little bit nervous now. I bought some of that rescue remedy. How much have you taken? The whole bottle. No, I haven't. No, I haven't.
do not come for her. It's
Mary Lude.
And last but not least, check your lipstick before you come for her. It's
Rex Woofington. And now it's time to announce the winner of this season's Road to Geniality. Please welcome last season's winner, Fu Qingyu.
Arguing or point fingers does not work.
The winner of Road to Geniality for Season 2 is La Befana.
La Befana vien di notte con le scarpe tutte rotte.
Congratulations, La Befana. You have won a see-through Game Boy Advance, a copy of Pokemon Systel, and a rechargeable battery pack to boot.
Viva, viva la Befana!
The time has come to crown our sponsor superior. To help us, please welcome Polo Umblies and our current reigning sponsor supreme and villain extraordinaire, Onion. Are you ready to hand over the crown, Onion? The winner of the second season of Sponsor Race, recipient of a crown and scepter provided by Fierce Burns Jewels, a 1-year supply of Anastasia Beverly Hills makeup for some reason, a permanent spot on the sponsor roster for Season 11 of the Maude cast, the deeds to MFIMDB number 25 located in Nauru, Micronesia, and $200,000 is Now France, my queen, France.
Yes, Mary Lude wins. I forgot to do the last part.
Fantastic.
2 winners now.
Who was the first winner?
Onion.
Oh yeah, of course. Mary Lude. Mary Lude, definitely going to win. But she hasn't appeared in the show properly yet, just as a sponsor.
No, they've now given her a museum though, as per the rules of Sponsor X.
Oh yeah, let's have to wait and see which one she gets.
Yes.
Now, as you know, just a few seconds ago, we'd answered the door for Giant Headman, whose head worryingly looks like a normal size, and also Glenn Nakis, a hipster rapper who I think, although he's not made it clear, may be related to Ian Xenakis, who owns the We Republic. Oh yeah, Uncle Ian, yeah, he's me uncle. All right, well that's cleared that up. Come on, let's head back down to the basement to see if we can find Helmuth. And join Hardy Fox, Ratman, Weight Watcher, Egg Sacramento Lee, Alan Windfluffer, Riffy and Slim, Clara Gonamoo, Mr. Thousands, Chad Elmer V-Bong, Paul Cinnamon Skinner, Toilet Crow, Wet Panther, Shitbush, and other people. Slinky Jaguar.
Giant Headman.
I'm Giant Headman, I'm here.
I didn't see you because your head's so regular.
Normal size. Anyway, all right. Thanks, gang, for waiting for us.
No problem.
No problem. Now let's head here. What do we see? Well, it looks like we've got some ancient artifacts here, unearthed or collected from different time periods. I didn't know this was down here. But let's keep walking.
I can see some cryptic symbols and runes on the walls after that 20 seconds of walking.
Mysterious. Yeah, etched, hinting. What's this hinting at?
It seems to be either
Arndale ritual.
Ritual or a retelling of the
Mahabharat
shelter scene.
Oh my goodness, it is, isn't it? It's actually that is the comet shelter scene completely drawn in cryptic symbols and runes. Wow. And you can see it on the screen right now. But that's not stopping us. Walk, 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 walk. Look at this collection of unsettling taxidermy animals. I'm sure some of these actually are relations of you. That's my cousin Dickie. Oh, sorry, Alan. Sorry, Alan.
What about that fox?
He was a bastard.
There's a family of foxes there. Weren't you looking for your family?
No relation.
Oh, good.
Anyway, it seems that some of those creatures defy the very laws of nature. Is that a wolf? A woman in the shape of a wolf?
Who would have even thought it? It looks like she's asking for money.
Is a little price tag on there saying 4,000 shekels?
Yeah, and she's in a rusty cage, and there are chains suggesting that the basement was once used for captivity or imprisonment.
Oh my goodness, it's got quite dark down here, and quite literally dark, but also metaphorically dark with the suggestions of taxidermy, cryptic symbols, chains. Well, let's keep walking. I'm sure it's going to brighten up as we get closer to Helmuth and Lilith, who's run off with baby Derrida and something to do, etc., etc. John Statman's head.
She trapped us in that room for
she did
a wonderful performance.
Oh, here's just a selection of bloody and bent antique surgical tools and medical equipment. Jars that suggest some kind of hideous and dubious experiments going on beneath the ground of Worsley Mains.
There's holes in this jar as well. It looks like philosophers may have been kept in here for some time.
Oh my God, it seems like, what is that on the inside? Is that COVID?
It says something isn't real, but I can't read it properly for...
nothing is real, man.
Purposes of
Strawberry Fields forever. Yeah. Let's keep walking.
I buried Flanders.
Purposes of staying alive. Let's keep walking. Walk. Oh.
There's some locked chests and safes over there. Can you have a look for us, Wet Panther?
Yeah. Secure containers holding undisclosed secrets requiring intricate puzzles or combinations to open.
Oh, let's just leave them then.
Yeah, we haven't got time for that. Let's keep working. The longer we stay out of Helmuth, the more likely it is that Lilith will throw baby Derrida into whatever's on the other side of the entrance to Helmuth.
The Rodswolves.
Oh my goodness. Well, normally Cerberus guards the entrance to Helmuth, so let's wait and see if he's there.
Everybody hide your women.
Cerberus the Aardvark. Cerberus the Architect. But let's keep walking. Look at this big pile of ancient and tattered manuscripts. What does that one say? Necronomy. I can't read it all. It's too hard. Necronomy something.
Necronomicon.
Exactly. And I think it probably contains forbidden knowledge and dark incantation. So we might just keep walking. I'm sure it's going to get brighter and brighter as we move along.
Seems that way. There's some dark and unsettling paintings on the wall. There is a picture of a disillusioned cloud detector.
Is that
and
also
some sculptures?
They reflect a very twisted aesthetic. I hope Bing can produce them.
Oh, it can.
Ritual altars here as we walked along just a little bit further. Elaborate altars adorned with skulls and esoteric objects. There's a knife there and it seems to be caked in what I can only hope is animal blood.
Why?
Because animals are less than humans.
Oh, yeah. There's also...
I forgot about that. Most of you are half human anyway.
Yes, some of you are almost there. There's the elaborate altar in the middle as well, adorned with candles, skulls. Oh, we've already seen that.
Yeah, I just talked about it literally seconds ago.
Sorry,
we keep walking out.
Clara.
She's lactating, isn't she? Because she's not got any.
To put on this male wig for when we approach the difficult Cerberus. Cerberus.
I thought you were going to get all the milk out of her teats.
No, that's for another day.
Babby Jock, if he ever gets, his barrel will be empty. But try and avoid these suspicious stains. They're both strange and ominous on the floor and walls.
Let's leave the origin to the imaginations of the listener.
Exactly, not ours.
No.
But keep walking. Walk. It's getting a little bit warmer, isn't it?
It's become apparent that we don't use our imaginations anymore.
It's getting a bit dark though in here, isn't it? And it's getting a bit warm. And we're gonna have to drop a layer. I'm gonna have to drop a layer.
It's warm. There's some unsettling sounds.
Everyone stop and drop a layer.
Yes. It's getting hot in here.
I will take off all of my clothes. Well, I hope nobody else does.
No.
I got all my clothes on. My pockets are full of loose change. Thanks, Mr.
Most
Thousands.
of your animals, as we've just said, animals.
Thanks,
anyway.
Mr. Thousand. He's not an animal. He's a full-bodied, full-boned human.
Oh, yeah. Nude. There's a lot of unsettling sounds coming from down that hallway.
Yeah.
And from all the hidden corners. It's making me feel an atmosphere of dread.
Oh, and next along to it is a glory hole.
Excuse me.
a glorious hole in the wall that shows freedom on the other side, but actually when you look in there, it's just a picture of freedom. It's not actual freedom. So it's a dirty trick.
I see.
It seems that there's a dirty trick pressed up against that glory hole.
A dirty what?
But anyway, let's keep. Oh my goodness! Hidden passages left, right, and center, full of dirty tricks. But what's down the other end of there? I can't quite make it out.
There's some apparitions, ghostly figures, and/or supernatural things that tie in nicely with our themes, but also make me think the place might be haunted.
Well, I think it also might be haunted.
Who are you going to call?
This site is temporarily unavailable. I ain't afraid of no 404. Try to imagine all life as you know is stopping instantaneously and every molecule in your body exploding at the theme of light.
Yes, let's get ready. Switch me on.
Yarn is the best search for video clips.
Yes, of course it is.
Quote.
Drop everything, Venkman. We got one.
Egan somehow reminds me of the time you tried to drill a hole. Drill a what?
In the wall.
Spoiler. Well, this place is getting very packed with ghostly phenomena, and it's interesting. We haven't got any ghosts in, although I guess all Derrida and all his mates are dead in theory, so maybe they're kind of ghosts. But now he's back to life as a baby. It's hard to say. But here, cursed relic. You didn't touch that, did you, Clara? No, I didn't touch it. Good, because that relic is clearly cursed. It's a crucifix and it's upside down. But I'm holding it upside down. Yeah, and it looks the right way when you hold it.
You said you weren't touching it.
I'm holding it with my mind.
I see.
It's an upside down crucifix, and you're holding it upside down, so it looks like it's the right way. But don't hold it like that.
I see.
It clearly
hold it upside down.
It clearly is going to bring misfortune to those who possess it.
Clearly.
But what's next as we walk along this very, very long corridor?
I can see a line of sarcophagi, mysterious coffins and sarcophagi.
Oh, multiple sarcophagi.
Possibly containing ancient remains or something more sinister.
Have a look inside.
No.
Don't look in our freezers, says Pound Bakery.
Yes, it's empty.
All right, well, anyway, stick to the sides.
Full of teats.
It's full of teats.
Yes.
No, I got my own teats in it. Milk for everyone. It seems somehow strange when I drink milk from a glass or a bottle. It seems normal, but for me to get down on my hands and knees and suck milk from your half-human teats, it feels somewhat strange, Clara. No, it's as natural as feeding a baby.
If it makes you feel about it was Mr. Thousands who said that, it wasn't Clara.
Let's take a break, everyone, and let's suck on some of Clara's beautiful half-human milk teats. Enjoy yourself, everyone. And you put a lot of slurping sounds in there for a minute or two.
Sure. 3 minutes.
3 minutes of slurping times. But anyway, that's enough of that. But avoid these dark pools and or wells. There is no clear bottom, and it is no crinkly bottom of any kind, and it's
Soggy.
clear. No soggy bottom. There's clearly no winter bottom and no side bottom. There's clearly an eerie and foreboding ambiance around it. So you best watch yourself.
There is a wither bottom, a stamp wither bottom.
Yes. With a what?
How are you doing, Stamp?
I'm hurting. John's gone. John! Headless John. John, what did they do to your head? The buggers. I'm coming for you, John. I'm going to find you in hellmouth, burning in hell.
Spoilers.
What makes you think he's burning in hell, Stamp? It's just a guess. Well, it's a good one.
He did things you boys didn't see.
Boys. Oh, did you hear that? It's getting hot in here.
Came from the vent.
It's getting hot in here.
So hot. So take off all your clothes.
No, that is not a good idea.
Me and the rest of my heathens. Check it, got it locked at the top of 4 seasons.
Penthouse rooftop birds I'm feeding, no deceiving, nothing up my sleeve and no teasing.
Give
that man what he's asking for, because I feel like busting loose, saying I feel no touching you can't nobody stop the juice. Well, my juice is all run out. My juice is all run out now. You have to stop drinking. Okay.
Lizzo.
What about this final step here? Alchemical laboratories. It looks like someone has been able to transmutate substances or create elixirs of immortality.
That's very Scaramouche adjacent.
Exactly.
There's a lot of stuff going on down here that I knew we had a oversized basement, but we could essentially fit an entire second museum down here. We could really expand things if it wasn't full of, all of those chatbot things we just listed.
And it also looks like we may be approaching Helmuth, the mouth of hell, because it's getting both cold and hot, and I think I can just see a 3-headed aardvark down at the end of that passageway. But what I can also see is it's Lilith. She's only bloody running. We've caught her up somehow. She must have had a long nap.
She must have got stuck in the glory hole.
She must have gone the long way around. But first, do we have a few minutes just to catch up with Xenakis and Derrida?
We do. Well, we know what's going on with Derrida, but let's catch up with
Yes, we do indeed. This is what's happening with Derrida.
Oh yes, as we can tell, Derrida is Ravella's Lilith passing through the heel mouth sheet, so that's good. What about I can't remember what we've been doing for these Xenakis things. They just
read that.
Just read it. Yes. Yeah. Well, with the wee same as everything. With the wee principality now restored to its Eden-like state, Uncle Ian, knew that his work was not yet done. He turned his attention to the box that had caused so much chaos. With a solemn expression, he played a final haunting melody on his lyre, sealing the box once and for all. It would remain hidden, guarding the secrets of its dark magic, ensuring that such a calamity would never befall the world again. Ian and his companions, unnamed, united and stronger than ever, Glassmon, embarked on new adventures, their bond forged in the crucible of chaos and redemption.
So that's nicely tied up his story now. Yeah, that's right. So that's good. He's wandering around the Wee Principality, and I believe our cousins are back there as well. So all is
I
good.
got a postcard, did you?
I got one from Dobby, strangely enough, because I didn't think I was related to him, but he said Dobby, T-he-he.
Dobby Ouija Ball.
D-double, yeah. Yes. But let's do Derrida catch up, and just in time to see Lilith. It seems like, oh God, we're too late. She's run right past Cerberus and into that big flaming pit that's just at the bottom of our basement. Who built this? Who decided to build this museum on literally the mouth of hell?
I don't know. We know very little about the origins of this museum, considering we've spent a lot of time not here.
It was given to us by our grandfather in a flan ball competition.
Yes, that's all we know. We don't know what happened. We don't know. Was it even open before we got here?
It's hard to say, but what it is, this is not a good state of affairs. We've now got 25 half-human animal hybrids, and we seem to be on a crash course for going into hell. And this season, it was a soft reboot, and it started off so calm. And all we did for the first 6 episodes was just invite people in to do our gardens. And now here we are, simply meters away from meeting a 3-headed aardvark and having to battle our way into the outer rings of hell to find Statman John and Derrida. Boys. Oh, did you hear that? But
yeah, we did a good job for a while. We actually ran the museum, but
yeah,
I feel like we've employed enough other employees outside of the ones that are all down here with us to run it while we're gone.
Yeah, because obviously
also, time doesn't work in hell, so we'll basically arrive back at the same time that we left.
Probably,
let's
but
say that.
But I'm glad. I'm pretty sure all of these people will survive the journey.
Definitely.
Opening shot of small eerie town surrounded by mist. The camera zooms in on a sign that reads, "Welcome to Turn Peak, where the coffee is hot and the secrets are hotter. Turn, 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 turn peaks. Turn, 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 turn peak. Turn." What's the next bit of the song go like? Narrator, welcome to Turn Peaks, the mysterious town that is always shrouded in mist and secrecy. We follow the story of Lilith Ginger, a quirky young woman with an owl named Voles who's just moved to the town. Lilith walks down the main street of Turn Peaks, our owl perched on her shoulder. She stops at the look at the statue of a woman with a log for a head.
Do you think she has a secret to tell us, Voles?
The statue suddenly comes to life and turns to face Lilith and Voles. The statue has come to life. "You want to know my secret, do you? Let me tell you, it's a dozy."
I don't think we have time right now.
Shrug. I'm going back to being motionless.
This town is weird, Voles. Let's go into this diner. Oh, hello, waitress with an eye patch.
Hey there, honey. Welcome to Double R Diner. You're new in town?
Yes, I just moved here. My name is Lilith Ginger.
You're a new girl. I've heard all about you conspiratorially, but I can't tell you whisper shoosh any more than that. I like your owl. Is it a vole?
No, but it is named Voles.
What a surprise secret. I'm
confused.
confused.
I'm going to look directly. I'm sorry, what?
I'm confused.
Yes, so am I. I'm going to look at the camera as it cuts to a shot of a man sitting in a booth staring at me, Lilith. Another one? They just keep coming. Let's just go.
I say kick him out. I say send him bloody back.
Oh, a log. Watch out, Voles. A log has fallen out of nowhere and lands in front of us. What the?
Boys, the owls are not what they seem.
Did you write that audible message, Voles?
Hoot, 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 hoot.
Oh, Voles. I think I'm going to like it here.
How? To it, to woo.
Stay tuned for more mysteries and coffee in Turn Peak.
I'll see you again in 10 to 12 weeks.
Have we got any art before we make our way into
hell itself?
Into
I've got a diary somewhere
into
as well.
very hell itself. Well, the diary will come after the last little bit.
Oh yes, I was just reminding myself we do have art.
Oh, this is a good one. So first one we're looking at is Glassmon, who is one of Xenakis's henchmen, and we got him. He's in a hall of mirrors, as you would expect, and he's fighting against some kind of Shang-Chi types, and he's got a full-on like bodysuit with a kind of Loki-style mask, which is cool. And Pain in the Glass Part 1 is the name of the title, which is the play on words of his own name, which is in itself a play on words of the composer Philip Glass.
Yes, of course. It also is great. I'll give myself that.
I'll give yourself
pain
that.
In the glass, but pain as in window pane.
Oh no, that's good. I didn't notice that.
He's also this is our most Marvel-y looking one.
Oh yeah,
in
very
terms of just
Marvel-y.
the character. We don't have a lot of we have a lot of wacky characters, but none of them superhero adjacent. A lot of them are just like you over there, like half human cow foxes.
Like
But
Alan
this is
Windfluffer.
Yes, whereas this is a man made entirely of glass who has appeared, I'm guessing.
He's appeared, but
He
he's
was
seen
around.
3.
Yes, he's just Xenakis' friend, isn't he? That's all we know.
All we know.
It's like
But is he in multiversal jail right now? Or did he die? He is. He's in
No, I think
multiversal
he
jail.
He got banished, didn't he? When Xenakis broke good.
We'll sort it all out. Why did
Breaking
Glassman become?
good with Yakis Xenakis.
Why did Glassman become a detective?
Why?
Because he wanted to crack the case. Glassman
Why
opened
did
it because
when did Glassman go on vacation? He always makes sure to take a breaks. Kit Kat.
Glassman tried to make a chef, but he couldn't make a dish without breaking something.
Glassman opened a bakery specializing in see-through pastries. It's called Clearly Delicious.
Ooh.
That's the best one. That's better than the that's better than all of the Game of Thrones stuff this
better
week.
than season 17 of The Simpsons.
Yes, significantly.
Anyway, enough of that art. Let's go on to the next art. It's a good one though. Second one, Alexis Wildcard David and her baby Bigfoot. Baby got foot. I'm interested to see if this is a prequel to the cafe incident or a postquel to the one where we heard where his mummy was calling him. Because as of now, the Alexis Wildcard Davis story seems somewhat unformed.
Yeah, there's not much, again, similar to what I've just said about the museum. We don't really know anything about her other than she's friends with Maud Flanders, which is how she came into this.
Yeah. But she's now in our universe, isn't she? Oh no, she's in their universe.
Yeah, no, she just lives in the Simpsons universe, but she just has a baby Bigfoot and doesn't live in Springfield.
That's good.
And is in yellow from the looks of things.
Has Bigfoot ever been in the Simpsons?
No. Oh wait, yes. He's been in a bongo, I'm guessing.
He's been in the Simpsons
there's the Homer. Season 1 has the Homer when they all go camping and they think Homer gets covered in mud and they believe him to be a Sasquatch, but I don't think. Apparently, he's been in one episode, according to Simpsons fandom wiki.
The Bart wants what it wants.
With
remember when I said I would eat you last? I lied. Reese with a knife, very dangerous young lady.
And Wolf Hancock as himself.
Normal Foot, as we used to call him when he was young, man.
But yeah, I like these two. I like these two characters. I think that Alexis Wildcard Davis is a very normal woman. Until she encountered this baby Bigfoot and fell into the world of the supernatural, which is Maude adjacent.
Maude adjacent, yes. And Untitled Jeff Apple project is brilliant. Jeff Apple, somehow we have stumbled across our most recognizable character. He's a rat boy with glasses and and this jumper. Hold on.
Yes, he would make a great Halloween costume if he was known to others.
Now, you can't see that if you're in the audience, but whatever. Just imagine it's Jeff's.
It was a rat corpse.
That's 5 Jeffs. Are there 5 different? Is it Jeff plus his 4 clones, or is this pre-space Jesus? Because there's nothing particularly Jesus-y about him now.
Well, I just thought, I don't know, I like the idea of, I don't know, I just like them. I like the idea of the Jeff one being not a linear story within a comic, just an untitled Jeff Apple project. And, which fits his character. So I thought I would just use different takes on 5 different Jeff Apple takes that I got from Chatbot. Because it does, Jeff Apple, Diane Sharpie Sharp Eye, Stamp, Chatbot. It's basically just knows them now.
It knows them in its very core.
Yes, where's Snaggy?
She took him. Oh, he's back. Oh, good.
No, he's good. He was just smelling all the urine.
Nice. Anyway, there's a dead end. No, I like it a lot. I like it a lot. So we don't know the story of Jeff Apple because he's been into all kinds of mischief. He looks like a young Jeff. Now, we know he did start up something with John Poop 17 as a young entrepreneur, but it's unclear what that was.
Exactly. I think, it's probably not a story. It's probably just a collection of Jeff's thoughts put to images.
Nice. That's what we need. Less coherence and clarity in Jeff's story.
Yes, I'm going to send you this now as a teaser. Stage play Jeff Apple. I'll send you one of the 3 because they're phenomenal. The audience will have already seen this, of course.
Oh my goodness, yes. Jeff Apple, the stage play.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff. This is the best Bing Boss art you will ever see in this special.
Until it takes over the world in 6 months' time.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll be down to do 100 top down and goggles. Got off the freeway, exit 106, parked it, ashtray, flip gate, time to spark it. Went Gucci collar for $1 and got out and walked.
Exactly. I got secrets. I can't leave Cancun.
It's getting hot in here. No, keep your clothes on. But anyway, there's a dead end. there's no way through. We've reached the end. I thought it was Helmuth, but it's not. It's just a really hot wall. And I don't know where Lilith's gone. She's totally disappeared. She's vanished like an old oak table.
Exactly. Cheap.
Snaggy, leave it. Snaggy, leave it. We've obviously reached a dead end and we should just head back.
Yes, let's just go back and keep running the museum.
As normal.
He's
What are you doing,
kicked it.
Snaggy? Oh my goodness, some bridge have come loose.
The bridge has gone loose.
Oh, let's dismantle the wall just for shits and giggles then. Oh, an absolute ton of bones.
TOB. What else is also... They've got some kind of symbols on them. Some
Native Americans, Native Wigan symbols.
Yes.
And also some little Indian people from India. It says, is that the Indian flag there? Boys, you hear that?
That's coming from all around now.
Oh my goodness, it's getting hot in here. Look, girl, I think my butt be getting big. Stop pacing, time wasting. I got a friend with a pole in the basement. I'm just kidding, like Jason. Oh, unless you're going to do it extra, eh? Spread the news, check it.
Saying she got a thing about cutting in restrooms.
Came back with something thicker than fitting in Sassoons.
Nelly took a trip from Lou to the Neptunes.
Indeed. But anyway, Cerebus the architect is there. Can you put some fighting sounds and we'll get rid of him pretty quickly.
Yeah. He second out in sponsor race. This should be a snag. It's not like it got Walker.
Why don't we have a fight with him while you're reading a diary?
Yes, I am just locating the diary.
There it is.
Diary. Well,
dear heavenly diary. Well, bless my soul. I got plenty of time. I was thinking it was going to cut off. Well, bless my soul. What an extraordinary day we've had up here in the puffy clouds. The whole shebang started with Edna and me realising that we were both, of all things, Ned's ex-wives now. You can imagine the busy we got ourselves into, considering our historical entanglement with that Liberty Gibbet, Ned Flanders. There we were, quaffing on heavenly coffee. It's got that special touch of heavenly sweetness, mind you, and nibbling on celestial donuts shaped like church windows. When Edna turned to me with her signature sass, Maude, ha, he drawled. Can you fathom we're both Ned's cast-offs? It's like a Springfield soap opera up here. I hooted, nearly spilling my ambrosial nectar all over my cloud-made choir robe. Oh, Edna, I replied, it's as unexpected as a hurricane in Shelbyville. But you know, it's just so different from our earthly pursuits. I never reckoned we'd share the holy ex-wife badge, which I'm not gonna lie, Diary was a bit shady of me. Edna, with that school marm wit, chimed in, well, sugar, we can thank old Neddy for that. He's got that do-it the Ned Flanders way charm that's impossible to resist. We cackled like two church lady crows. We meandered in memory lane, reminiscing about our time as Ned's better half, baked sales PTA meetings and our unending quest to make Springfield sin-proof. We agreed, despite our clashing personalities, we had more in common than just Ned. Our devotion to Springfield and our perpetual exasperation with the town's antics. That's a fair point, actually. Edna, in her usual bluntness, quipped, well, Maude, at least we're in the big, fluffy heaven now. No more Ned Flanders quirks to vex us. We guffawed, realising that even in the celestial realms, Ned's shadow loomed large. With that, we decided to launch the Ex-Wives of Ned Club and began plotting our divine adventures, including a mission to teach the angels the art of edginess. And just when we thought the day couldn't get any sillier, something truly miraculous occurred. Heaven parted, a vibrant rainbow arched across the sky. Edna and I stood, speechless, as if Principal Skinner himself had served up a pink slip to chaos. Maude, Edna wished, perhaps this rainbow is a sign. I lost it. Perhaps this rainbow is a sign that it's time to bury the hatchet and embrace our shared history. We both love Neddy a lot, especially because he has a huge collection of Beatles memorabilia, I guffawed, and a big dick, added Edna. I agreed. We linked arms, our halo positively gleaming, as we sauntered towards the radiant I agreed, and we linked arms, our halos positively gleaming as we sauntered toward the radiant rainbow. We felt a comforting, benevolent presence, like Ned himself nodding approvingly, his quirky legacy living on in our hearts. So, dearest diary, on this nonsensical yet heartwarming day, Edna and I discovered a fresh start under the vibrant arc of the rainbow. We acknowledged our shared history and unearthed an enduring friendship that even Neddy himself couldn't extinguish, even though I don't think he's trying. Cheers to our divine escapades filled with laughter, friendship, and a whole lot of diddly love. Yours with celestial chuckles and rainbow high fives. Maude, surname redacted.
Surname redacted. That went off for a little while, and it seemed at times like it was almost as if she was talking about how Ned was dead, but Ned is not dead. Ned is alive.
Yeah, it's like the reverse. It's like they were mourning the alive.
Let's tally no longer. We put Cerebus, the aardvark, the three-headed aardvark, to the architect. We put him to bed. He was easy. And now let's enter the mouth of heck. Oh, look, Statman's body is there, and it's glowing. Pies, pies. And his hand is pointing towards Helmuth. I mean, it was kind of obvious we had to go in there anyway, but because Lilith just took baby Derrida in there, we kind of want him back.
At least we know which way to go now.
It kind of would have been easier if Uncle Anton had been here and he just waved his hand and it's like a magic spell. But apparently he's still dead.
He's busy. He's got a busy week this week. He's appearing on the Dax Shepherd one and the Marin one.
Hardy Fox, yes. Ratman Weight Watcher, yes. Ex-Sacramento Lee, yes. Alan Winfluffer, yes. Riffy and Slim, meow. Clara Gonamoo, yes. Mr. Thousands, yes. Chad Elmer V-Bong.
Yeah.
That's it. Paul Cinnamon Skinner.
Yes.
Yes. Tyler Crow. Wet Panther. Shit Boosh. Giant Head Man. Slimy Big Cat, etc., etc. Are we all ready to enter Heckmouth? I'm scared. Who said that? Nobody can be scared here. Let's all hold hands and let's walk into hell together. And we all thought this season was going to be the quiet one. Shall we sing a song while we walk literally into the mouth of hell beneath our museum?
Let's do it.
All right. Roddy, stand up. Toddy Divil older.
Singing Michelle, roll the ball ashore.
Forward, conveniently, quite Maud.
Open eye sweat.
Can you put like the sounds of like flames coming up in here, like little by little?
Sure.
Boys keep Wimgim. Can they see their two moms?
Begums Clinton Cole.
Big Band Stew. Eagle-eyed Zach.
Slummerliling Ned in Dingram.
Ned hands in both arms.
Bart Sippins, student of life.
Void oversays, I can remember indeed.
Tegments of fisherman leg.
With like it's fresh with medial music.
Spike, Krusovsky off squeakers before. Boo.
Grenade man sums, I switched it.
Maids, stirs, unwinning. Ned Stinch.
Ned Stinch lol from David Head.
Cinderburns.
That's good. Whiskey will turn the Lisa.
Talents pipes.
Burn balloon, begging coin.
Rabbi dancing and more real cooking rug.
As the cocks in heaven, it's the end. We did it to the end of season 10, and we are walking into Heck, holding hands and singing the end.
The end. Let's go on another adventure.
Hooray!
Put that sign on the door saying back in a minute.
Yes, back in a jiff.
Good.
Glory hole's closed.
Exactly. Let's...
Vote, Lilith, and her vote. Turn P, turn.
There we go.
Turn P. Turn P, turn P.
The balls are exactly what they seem.
As you can see, I am recording